Video on selling books on the internet. I've been down to Dorchester and picked up a few books in a book bin. You know when they sell them off about 20 pence at charity shops when they can't get rid of them. And I'm selling these books in the United Kingdom, so it's United Kingdom postage rate. And in the United Kingdom we have this guide. We have a maximum thickness of 25 millimeters for what's known as a large letter. And generally speaking, if you can get a book into that slot, you can send it for £1.10 second class, which makes it viable. And so generally that's what I'm aiming at. And if we take this one for instance, little book written in German plays, that'll go straight through there. These are all 1p books. That's the German plays. This is one that I picked up. It's called The Governor Within These Walls, number 2, and it's about a sitcom on English TV in the 1970s. And some of these books are worth a bit of money, but this one's not. So I've just got it on Amazon for 1p, plus the postage, which well, it's charged £2.80 to the customer, and the seller gets a fair amount. I can't quite remember exactly how much now. So that goes through the slot easily enough. This is quite an interesting one. My Friend is My Enemy, Part 1 of the trilogy. It's about the Germans' occupation of the Channel Islands during Second World War. There's a trilogy. I sold part 2 of it, and it took me a little while to find it because it was in my old classification system where I was cataloguing everything in author, and this author's name is Couch. And there's an awful lot of authors that their name begins with C. So I got a huge pile of those, so it's a bit difficult to find them. And they've been listed for about 10 years, so they've got a bit muddled up. But I found it in the end, and then I found this one as well, so I thought I'd about relist this one. But it's just a penny, but although it's quite thick, it'll go through the slot. It won't get a padded envelope. Here's some a Bible study one, Becoming the Kingdom. That'll easily go through there. Here's a nice little guide to Northumbria. A nice play, unmarked play by David Mercer, The Bankrupt and Other Plays. Now this one, this will go through the slot alright. It's a spiral bound book, and it's a book of music. It's got the treble line and the bass line by Robert Mark. And it's quite a scarce copy. They were on the internet. The only other one was about £40. It's £10 new. I've got it for 20p. But I've got it on now for about £9.95 or something. Haven't sold it yet, but it might sell. It's a nice little play from the 1950s, ex-library book, and it's called The Clouded Hours, a play in 1 act for 7 women. This is the sort of thing my mother used to love doing, and I think they used to do or still do that quite a bit at the Women's Institute. Can be quite sought after. I can't remember how much I'll put that on for. And The Spiritual House Clearing, another religious book. Religious people do tend to buy a lot of books because they're searching for answers, and of course they go the way of all flesh, and when they die, there's a lot of books come up when they die. And this has happened somewhere in Dorchester because there's a huge quantity of religious books in the 20p bin, which they can't get rid of. But here's quite an interesting one: Practical Sheep Dairying. Making cheese from sheep's milk. And the only other copy of this was about £40 on the internet. I think I put this one for £10 or £12, and it's a signed copy, signed by Olivia Mills. It's a good quality book, best jacket, so that was quite a find. It'll only be quite a find if I sell it, of course. It's not worth anything there, but could be several £1,000% increase in money, but we're only talking about small amounts of money. This is another religious book, a commentary on the Old Testament book of Nehemiah. Here's one I've listed on for £7.50. There's one other one of these listed at £32, and the name of the book is The Springtime of Love by Charles Garvin, and it's about 1900, so it's about a 100-year-old book. It's poor but readable, I've described it as, because it's got a slight nick in the spine. It's got this little slip in it, because I bought a lot of books from a bookshop, and they've got these slips in, which it was one where they sold them by the post, and it says Charles Garvin, The Springtime of Love by Hodder, 1915, fade spine, slight soiled cover, contents very good apart from hinge week. Well, it's degraded quite a bit since then, because it's got this nick which it didn't have. But it's a scarce book, so if anybody wants that book, they'll be coming to me for it probably. Here's another one, and this is 1907. This book. It's The Epistle of Horace by Augustus Wilkins, and there's one other one for sale for £2.95 on Amazon. Well, I reckon if that one sells, then it'll just be mine for sale. So I've actually put this one up at £6.75, hoping that the other one sells and then people will buy mine. You've got to, if you're selling books on the internet, you've got to actually make some money. It's not a charity. It's a little book. Now, just put this one on for 1 pence. It's 1912, Rupert of Henzu by Anthony Hope. Nice little book. Only trouble is that there's a Kindle copy of it for free on Amazon. So no one's going to be buying my copy, are they, if they can get it free from Kindle, which is a bit of a pain. So I've just put that on for 1p because it goes through the slot alright. So I'll take a bother too. What else we got? 1910 book. Light Freights by W. Jacob. And this is the sort of paperback of the day, 1910. This would be the sort of book that people would just buy for entertainment. Very cheap, almost like newsprint paper. It's gone tan. There's another copy on the internet for £3, or the cheapest one is £3. I've put mine on for £2.75. It will just about go to that slot, just about, so I can sell that. Send it for £1.10p. Now here's one, The Men with the Pink Triangle, and I've got put this on for £1.25 on Amazon, and it's from the Gay Men's Press, unique first-hand account of the life and death of homosexual prisoners in Nazi concentration camps. And here's another religious book, £4.75. I've put this one on. The John G. Lake Sermons on Dominion over Demons, Disease and Death. It looks like a reprint to me. It's It's this one's printed in 2002, but it looks to me like this is a reprint. Ah, it is reprint of a book written in 1949. Strange, isn't it? How something written in 1949, sermons of that age, is still of interest to people. Or maybe it's not, because I haven't sold it yet. They're all listed on Amazon, so I'm hoping I'll do quite well. The Amazon has slowed down quite a bit. It's not going fantastically well, but I've got many other irons in the fire, so I'm not going to worry about that. It's no good worrying. Right, bye for now then. Thanks for watching.